siddur to pass.
These are all things done in order to make bread.
I'm hungry.
Don't worry, soon enough we'll have bread to eat.
The Melachot of Zorah is planting, but one can violate the Melacha or the Ab Melacha by doing anything that directly helps a plant grow.
The second Melacha, Choris, is plowing. People would use animals like my friend Bob over here to make plowing easier. One who violates his Melacha by raking the ground.
The third Melacha, Koitzer, is harvesting. As you can see, Farmer Fred is hard at work at harvesting his wheat. If he did this on Shabbos, he will be violating Koitzer.
The fourth Meleches Shabbos is Ma'amer. This means bundling or gathering. After Kotzer, which means cutting or harvesting, the wheat is left to be gathered up. If done on Shabbos, one violates the Doraisa of gathering. The fifth Melacha of Shabbos is Dush, threshing. In order to make bread, the wheat stalk needs to be broken to separate the kernel from the stalk. This used to be done by having an animal drag a piece of wood or a mat in order to crush the stalk.
The next Melacha is Zorah, winnowing. In order to separate the kernel, the part we use to make flour from the chaff. Farmer throws the crushed up stalks and the wind blows the chaff away and leaves the kernel to be.
The seventh Melacha is Borer, separating. Farmers will continue to separate the kernels from anything not necessary for the bread-making process. Only one violates this Doraisa if he, Rabbi.
Well, I'm happy we had the opportunity to discuss Borer here. And with me I have my jelly bellies with a little OU right over here, so we know they're kosher. Let's say this was Shabbos, so I took out my jelly bellies. And I personally only like certain flavors. So, I definitely do not like the brown ones, the black ones, the white ones, but I do like the orange ones and the red ones, so I would make a bracha. Bracha then mechal amshach. Only for now. Good one. Good one. Bad one. Bad one. So right now, I am doing biyad. I'm doing it with my hand. I'm taking the good from the bad. I'm leaving the bad behind. And I'm using my hand, or if there was a specific utensil for picking up jelly beans, all of those would make me violate the Doraisa, the Av Melacha of Borer, on Shabbos.
I will now demonstrate sifting. I have here a mixture of Cheerios and flour. When I pour them into a strainer, only the Cheerios will remain, giving me pure flour. Here are the pure Cheerios, here's the pure flour.
Welcome to Iron Chef Israel. Here we have Chef Aryeh, who will be kneading dough for us today. Notice how he first pours in a cup of water into his mixture of flour. He then sticks his hands inside of the flour and water and starts mixing it vigorously until it turns into dough. Look at his amazing, unique way of kneading dough. He is truly a master chef. Look at that fine specimen of dough that was created by doing the malacha of lush.
First step of Melachot is cleaning the wool.
We're shaking out the wool to get all the excess off of it.
Now putting the wool in the bag in order to be washed.
This is all the way in the corner.
We just cleaned the wool from soap and water, and now it looks very clean.
David is what's known as carding or combing wool.
You picked me earlier? What is this?
This is wool,
Wool.
right? David's just. Eventually, we're gonna turn it into yarn. Nice.
I'm almost done.
Oh,
That's actually awesome. I'm so proud of us. That's the coolest thing I've ever done.
Rabbi, this is not clean to you.
This is the Melachot of Taveh, spinning. When you take two of the fibers and you start spinning them together into what we have as string or wool, you are over the Melachot of Taveh. In order to make yarn, we take the carded wool, we connect them all together, connect it to the spindle, and we keep on spinning and pulling. If one were to do this on Shabbos, he would be over on the Melachot of Taveh, midaraisa.
The next of Malacha is Soveya, dyeing. We are applying different colored dyes to change the color of the wool. This Malacha does not apply to foods, so making tea isn't a problem of Soveya, but tie-dyeing wool would be.
Push the right button.
I will now demonstrate the Malacha of Soveya by taking the dye and putting it to the wool. Alright, Rabbi, stop. As you can see, we have our newly dyed wool. We are going to use a loom to weave our freshly spun and dyed wool. There are two directions the yarn will be going. Up and down, which is called the warp, and right to left, which is called the weft. The first Melachot Shabbos of weaving is called Mesich and involves tying the warp on the loom. I will now demonstrate Mesich. In the times of the Mishnah, before mechanical advances like this plastic piece, which we will use, they used to tie loops to the back of the warped string in order to lift the warped yarn and allow the weft yarn to pass through. This was known as Oshe Shtei Basenirim, setting two heddles. I'm just about finished passing the warp through the plastic piece on the loom, and getting ready to bring the weft through this by picking the plastic piece up and down. The next of Malacha is Oreg, weaving. As you can see, I have done most of the weaving already by passing the weft through the warp. I am weaving the yarn into clothing. The next and last of Malacha of the loom is Potseya, tearing. In order to remove our newly weaved scarf from the loom, we must tear the weave out from the extra yarn. The next of malacha is kosher, tying. In order to finish making our scarf, we need to tie permanent knots at the end of the weave. This is known as kosher.
Zoom in.
Oh, his face.
On the tying, Dave.